I was thinking the other day about the importance of making a concrete decision, forging a new frontier, choosing a different path, allowing ourselves to see a future that is different than the present. And until we do that, it's not going to change. Nothing will change until we make a concrete, ironclad decision to change the trajectory of our lives. If we haven't met, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Wayne Kramer. This is the Unfixed Income channel. And if you haven't clicked subscribe yet, please go ahead and click subscribe or leave a comment. Also, let me know some topics that you'd like me to go over on this channel, maybe some different types of interviews or things that we could discuss, because I'm always looking to make sure that we're covering the information that you would like to learn as well. But right now, as you can probably see behind me, we are in North Carolina, and the Blue Ridge Mountains are absolutely stunning. Sorry, there's a few black flies trying to attack me. But we are in the Smoky Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And there are times when you leave where you're from and you go to a new location, and it allows your mind to open up or expand. And what it will do is it will give you the freedom to actually look at your life from a 30,000-foot view. Have you ever heard the phrase, "It's tough to see the forest through the trees"? Well, life isn't much different than that. So when our lives are busy and we're working and we're running here, we're running there, we're driving across town, we're putting together proposals, we're meeting with customers, we're going over investments, we're going over all of the different things that take our time, it's very difficult to see where we are headed in the direction that we are going. So separating yourselves from that daily grind is really important. Vacation is good. It's healthy. It's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. It's good for your mind. And it's a positive thing to just grab that plug and unplug it and go breathe. Take a breath of fresh air. Look at the sun. Look at what God made. It's absolutely astounding. Incredible. Breathe. Allow yourself to down regulate. There's a meditation individual I watch periodically, and he talks about down regulating and how you just breathe. And what that will do is it will allow your mind to slow down. It can take away the fight or flight that you might be in. It can take away all of the angst and the busyness of your everyday life, and it can just bring some ultra clarity to your situation. You see, to have an unfixed income life or to live a financially free life is something that we all desire. And why wouldn't you? Because it gives you the freedom to breathe and to make your own choices, to be your own boss, if you will. But oftentimes, and I've noticed this in my own life as well, we're so stuck in where we're at, and we're so ingrained and locked in and just pinned in that we don't have the break, the mental break that is required to actually make a good decision about which direction we need to travel. And without that direction, without that plan, without that focus, without that decision being made, we will just continue to be frustrated, will continue to flounder, and will continue to be stuck in a place that we don't necessarily want to be. You see, life has different phases, if you will. There are points in your life that you're supposed to be in one place. There's a point in time where it's kind of like seasons, if you will. Seasons, it's a design. Spring, summer, fall, winter. Life is no different than that. There are seasons in our lives. Being a child, an adolescent. Well, actually, you could start earlier than that. Being an infant, you're completely cared for. You have no ability to take care of yourself at all. Then you're a child, you're an adolescent. You're being monitored, thank God, because the destruction that could happen with young children, it would be incredible. But you're being monitored and they're watching you. Your preteen years, your teenage years, 20s, college age, late 20s, 30s, upper 30s, 40s. It's no different than the seasons that God made. Spring, usually planting goes in the spring, things come alive. They come to light after the tough winter months that you've went through. If you're in a cold climate, you totally understand what I'm saying. If you're in Florida or something, it might be a little bit harder to see, but they still come alive. Things blossom in the spring. Summertime, it's warm, it's chill, hot sometimes, but it has a season and it has its own qualities and characters. Autumn or fall, you take your work from the spring and you harvest and you begin to gather everything that you have worked so hard to grow. It cools off. Things aren't blossoming and blooming any longer. Winter, everything that you've worked hard to gather and to grow and to store away, you now are going to live off of that because it's no longer a growing season. I know I'm probably grossly oversimplifying this, but life is no different than that. You see, in life, we have seasons. You might have a current career path that was great, tremendous for a season, and it was meant to be that way. You could have your own company. You could have a sales position. You could be a consultant. You could be in a labor job. You could be in anything. And for a time, it was great and it was meant to be that way. But then there comes a time where there needs to be growth and there needs to be change. And growth can be difficult. Growth can cause pain. It can cause expansion and it can cause you to really struggle with your own beliefs about yourself. You might go from a position that's comfortable and you're completely secure and you're in control and you're the guy, you're the gal, to a place that you're not in control. You're now on a learning curve and there's other people above you in control and you're going to have to ask them for advice or get their information from them in order to move past where you are currently. So wherever you are right now in your life, don't hate it. Don't beat yourself up about where you're at. Just do a self-assessment. Look where you're at. Take some time. Head to the mountains if you'd like. Go to the beach. Go somewhere where you can breathe. Get your direction right and make a decision on which way you want to go. Because that decision is going to fuel all of the necessary steps that are going to be required in order to get you to where you want to be. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, financial freedom is something that you would desire. An unfixed income is something that you desire. For Pete's sake, that's what I desire. I have a family. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I want freedom. I want financial freedom. I want the ability to travel and not have to take on debt. I want it to be paid for before we go. So when I go, I don't have to feel bad. I put in the hard work. I've been diligent with the money that we've made. We've saved it, we've invested it, and we're able to utilize those funds to also not only prepare ourselves for retirement, but to also fund breaks that allow us to grow closer together, allow us to enjoy the beauty that God made, allow us to refocus, if you will, to take the lenses of our lives, dial them in a little bit tighter, a little bit clearer, maybe zoom back out, take a look around and see, do I like where I'm currently at? Is what I'm currently doing getting me to the goal that I'm after? You see, it's been kind of an interesting week in the news. Every week's interesting in the news, let's just be honest. But there's been a few people that have passed away this week. One of them, Ozzy Osbourne. You can say what you want about him. You don't have to love him. You don't have to think he's... But nonetheless, he was a person, regardless of what he stood for, that had a massive influence. And that influence is now done. It's all whatever's recorded, whatever is put onto albums or CDs or computer hard drives, video, that's all that's left. He is now gone. Another person that passed away just today, actually, Hulk Hogan. Again, think what you want, but he had a major influence, and now it is gone. So when I see another person was Jamel Warner, Theo from The Cosby Show, which as a kid I watched that show a lot. It was a great show. He passed away. He drowned. He was on a vacation with his family, I believe in Costa Rica, and he ended up drowning, which is just a terrible situation. But when you see things like this happen, and everyone, all of us, obviously there's a 100% fatality rate in this world. It's pretty high. Nobody gets out alive. You don't. There's a fatality rate, and that's how it works. So, but when you see these things, it really makes you think. You start to review in your mind, hey, which direction am I going with my life? How am I making my day count? How am I impacting the world for good? How am I working towards the goals for my family? What is this going to do to allow me to have an unfixed income, to allow me to have financial freedom? What is my current career path, business, whatever I'm doing, how is that impacting my actual goals? And if it's not impacting them in the right direction, take a break, refocus, take an assessment. And if you have to get rid of things or you have to make a change, you have to turn, you have to pivot, then that is something that needs to take place, because your goals and what you need to accomplish should absolutely take precedence over being in a stuck mode, a position that doesn't allow you the growth that you're looking after, that you're trying to get to. So I'm going to leave you with this today. Don't beat yourself up where you're at. Don't think it's over. There is no age that it's over. It's not over until it's actually over. Don't beat yourself up with where you're at. Don't feel like you've missed the boat, and the boat literally a minute ago went by, took off, and you weren't on the boat. There's still a boat for you. God still has a plan for your life. He didn't throw the plan away because you took some wrong turns. He doesn't take your plan and crumple it into a ball and throw it. Your plan is still sitting there. There is a vein that you should be in that was designed exclusively for each and every one of you. And when you get into that vein, the entire world will change. It will just flow, and you won't be swimming upstream any longer. The resistance won't be coming at you. You will be going with the flow, the direction that you were designed to move in. Like electricity. If you take one circuit and another circuit and they're both shooting the same way, you have quite a problem. It's kind of like in your home when you have a generator hooked up to the outside of your home. You switch it over. There's a switch you can get. In Florida, they have hurricanes, so we lose power for a substantial period of time. You switch it over, so now your power, instead of coming from the power company into your home, that's been shut off, rerouted. It's coming from the generator. Now, if you forget to shut that off and the power company restores the power and they meet, ain't good. You're going against each other. Those directions need to be going. So if you think about it, God ultimately would be the power company, and he provides everything that we would need. We need to get in flow with the direction that he has for our life. And yes, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to make left turns, right turns. We're going to do the wrong thing periodically. But don't stay there. Don't die in the desert. To have an unfixed income, financially free life with the abilities to choose directions you want to go is possible. It's possible for me. It is actually happening for me, and it's possible for you. It simply takes focus, a self-assessment, and making a concrete decision. Will I accept where I'm at, or will I move forward into the life that I want to have? Please click subscribe. Please comment below. Please like, and also please share this channel with whoever you know could benefit from this. For the Unfixed Income YouTube channel, my name is Wayne Kramer. God bless.